Hello! If you've just started Final Fantasy XIV as an Arcanist and looking to become a summoner later on, or have just unlocked Arcanist, this guide is for you. I'll be only covering up to level 50 summoner in this guide. If you're looking for the later levels of the job, I suggest checking out my idiot skills/abilities guide on summoner, as I go over it there. Also, before we begin, I want to state something important for any new players watching this video. Please do your class quests. They show up underneath your main scenario guide, which is usually in the top left corner of your screen. Class quests are very important, as they allow you to get new spells, skills, and abilities, as well as your jobstone for summoner later on, so make sure to do them as you level up. Now let's get into it. We'll start by talking up to level 15 on Arcanist, which you can achieve easily by doing your main story quests and class quests, or just by hunting mobs out in the wild. By level 15, you should have unlocked Ruin, Summon Carbuncle, Radiant Aegis, Physic, Aether Charge, Summon Ruby, Gemshine, Fester, Energy Drain, Resurrection, Summon Topaz, the role actions Addle, Sleep, and Lucid Dreaming. Already this seems like a lot of buttons, but don't be overwhelmed. Ruin is your DPS spell. You'll be casting this as your main means of doing damage to enemies. Summon Carbuncle will allow you to summon a Carbuncle, or Carby as people like to say, to your side. Before you start anything in Final Fantasy XIV, whether it's dungeons or just running around, make sure to have Carby out. You can tell if Carby is out or not by either simply seeing it near you, or by looking at the bottom of the party list. You're going to want to build a habit of summoning your Carby, because if you die, Carby gets desummoned and you need to resummon it when you get up. You can use the ability Radiant Aegis to make the Carby put a shield on yourself, protecting you from damage. Make sure to have Carby give you this shield if you ever feel like you're in a pinch and you need to take some hits. Physic is a simple healing spell. You can use it to heal yourself or another party member. In these early levels, Physic isn't that bad. However, in the later levels of the job, Physic will become pretty useless, so keep that in mind. Aether Charge will increase the potency of Ruin for 15 seconds, and after these 15 seconds are up, you'll get a Ruby Arcanum, with the Summon Ruby spell getting an orange dotted border around it. Using Summon Ruby will summon a Ruby Carbuncle. Ruby will go up to the enemy and do an attack, and give you 2 stacks of Fire Attunement, which will change Gemshine to Ruby Ruin. Ruby Ruin has a slower cast time than normal Ruin, but it does more damage. Energy Drain will do damage to your target, but will also give you 2 Aether Flow stacks, which you can spend on Fester, a strong single target ability. Resurrection will raise a fallen party member. The spell has a pretty long cast time, but make sure to cast it if one of your party members die, especially your healers. After the 15 seconds of Aether Charge, you'll get a Ruby and Topaz Arcanum. You can use the Topaz Arcanum on Summon Topaz, which summons a Topaz Carbuncle. Just like Ruby, Topaz will do an attack, but will give you 4 stacks of Earth Attunement, which changes Gemshine to Topaz Ruin. Topaz Ruin does the same damage as Ruin, but it's an instant cast spell, meaning you can move around and use this spell without having to worry about cast times. Going over the role actions, Addle will reduce a target's magic damage by 10% and their physical damage by 5%. Addle is really useful to help mitigate damage from bosses. Most bosses will have an attack that does raid-wide damage to the party. Make sure to watch the cast bars for these moves, since most bosses will use their raid-wide attacks more than once, and if you see that move being casted again, you can use Addle to mitigate the damage from it, which will help out your party a lot. Sleep isn't too useful unless you're trying to run away from an enemy, but even then, you can usually just get away by running. It still has its uses, but later on in the game, you don't really need to use it. Lucid Dreaming will gradually restore your MP for 21 seconds. I highly recommend using Lucid Dreaming when your MP falls below 7,000, as this is a good amount to start getting MP back, while also still being able to cast spells with a healthy amount of MP. Before we move on to level 30, I want to go over a basic rotation loop for level 15 Arcanist. Muscle memory is very important to build in this game, so learning this early on will benefit you greatly. Before starting any encounter, summon your Carbuncle, as you need Carby in order to use Aether Charge. Cast Ruin once, then use Aether Charge. Cast as many Ruins as you can, while making sure to use Energy Drain and your 2 Festers in between each Ruin cast. After Aether Charge is up, summon Topaz and use your 4 Topaz Ruins. Then summon Ruby and use your 2 Ruby Ruins. After that, spam Ruin till Aether charges back up, and repeat the process till the enemy is dead. You can easily practice rotations like these at the striking dummies in Summerford Farms in Middle Lenosha. Really quickly before we go on, if you're enjoying this video so far, I highly suggest you subscribe and leave a like, as it helps a lot. If you want to support me even further here on YouTube, you can hit the join button and become a member. It's only $1 a month, and anything helps. I also stream on Twitch every week, so if you want to watch me live, be sure to check out the Twitch link in the description below. My schedule will also always be posted in the Discord as well. Thanks so much for your support. Anyways, if you've been doing your class quests up to level 30, you should be able to get the Job Stone in order to unlock Summoner and Scholar. Since we're going over Summoner in this guide, make sure to do the Summoner quest to get the Job Stone. You can equip the Job Stone by opening your character menu and clicking the bottom right slot of your character. By level 30, you should have gotten Summon Emerald, Outburst, Precious Brilliance, Ruin 2, Summon Ifrit, the Roll Action Swift Cast, and the trait Maim and Mend. Summon Emerald will summon an Emerald Carbuncle, which looks the exact same as Carby, but will do an attack and give you 4 stacks of Wind Attunement, changing Gem Shine to Emerald Ruin. Emerald Ruin has a lower potency than your normal Ruin, but it's also an instant cast, and has a faster recast time, meaning you can use all 4 casts really quickly. Outburst is your AoE spell, which should be used on 2 or more enemies. Precious Brilliance is the AoE version of Gem Shine. Each of the different outbursts does the same thing as its single target counterpart, so make sure to use these if you're facing 2 or more enemies as well. Ruin 2 is an upgrade to Ruin, making it stronger. This will also change your Gem Shine Ruins to Ruin 2 versions as well. Summon Ifrit will upgrade Ruby Carbuncle to Ifrit Eggy. Everything is still the same, except Ruby Carbuncle has changed to Ifrit Eggy. The Roll Action Swift Cast will allow you to make your next spell be an instant cast. This is mainly useful for making one of your Ruby Ruins into an instant cast, or for instantly raising a party member, so you don't have to wait for the long cast time. The trait Maim and Mend will give you a 10% increase to your damage dealt and HP restoration. Now let's go over the level 30 rotation and AoE rotation loop for Summoner. Not much has really changed besides the addition of Emerald, but let's go through it all again. Make sure Carbuncle is summoned before starting any encounter, then cast Ruin 2 and use Aether Charge. Spam Ruin 2 during Aether Charge, and make sure to use Energy Drain in your 2 festers. After Aether charges up, summon Topaz and use your 4 Topaz Ruins, then summon Ifrit. You can choose to use Swift Cast right after summoning Ifrit to instant cast the first Ruby Ruin, or hold it. After both Ruby Ruins, summon Emerald and use your 4 Emerald Ruins. Then spam Ruin 2 till Aether charges back up, and repeat the loop till everything is dead. Going over the AoE rotation, start by casting Outburst, then use Aether Charge. Spam Outburst till Aether charges up, then summon Topaz. Use your 4 Topaz Outbursts, then summon Ifrit. You can use Swiftcast if you want for the first Ruby Outburst. After the Ruby Outbursts, summon Emerald. Use the 4 Emerald Outbursts, then spam normal outbursts till Aether charges back up, and repeat the loop till everything is dead. Something important to know is that there is no set order in which you use your summons. You can do them in any order you want. This is mainly a suggestion and what I would personally use at level 30 and 50. Change it up how you like. By level 50, you should have gotten Summon Titan, Pain Flare, Summon Garuda, the Roll Action Surecast, and the traits Maim and Mend 2 and Enkindle. I'm going to bundle Summon Titan and Summon Garuda, as they're both upgrades to Summon Topaz and Summon Emerald. Just like how Ifrit was an upgrade to Ruby, Pain Flare is an AoE version of Fester, so you can use Energy Drain while you're doing AoE spells, and use Pain Flare instead of Fester. The Roll Action Surecast will make it so your spells cannot be interrupted, and you cannot be affected by most knockback and draw-in effects. Surecast is useful for its second effect, which is negating knockbacks. Not many early game bosses have mechanics like this, but you will sometimes be knocked back, and you can negate this by using Surecast before the knockback goes off. Maimon Mend 2 is an upgrade to Maimon Mend, and Kindle will upgrade Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda's attacks to much stronger versions. The rotation for level 50 summoner is the exact same as level 30, with the only change being to the beginning of the Aoe rotation. After using Aether Charge, spam Outburst like usual, but make sure to use Energy Drain and 2 Pain Flayers. The rest is the exact same. And that basically sums up level 50 summoner. Overall, summoner is a super fun caster. It's very easy to get into, and doesn't cause as much headaches as some other jobs do. Even level 90 summoner still has the same rotation, with some differences, but the core rotation loop is still the same. So with that, I hope you enjoy your time as a summoner going forward, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye! Hey everybody! If you enjoyed the video, you should consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. I have links to my Discord and other social media in the description below. Thanks so much for watching.